Hello, hello. Good evening. Thank you for the pet. Oh my god.
I am giving that pet to the cat that just came into my room. Just so it's an equivalent exchange everywhere. Good evening, good evening. And welcome to more. I was about to say to more Yakuza, but we're not playing Yakuza. I just had a tweet about Yakuza on my timeline, so hello brain, are you awake? Maybe not. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, welcome in. Last time we got started with case 2. We also found who was taken in for maybe the murder, but we're trusting this person to not have murdered the guy who's dead, whose name I just forgot. Knight. Anyway, welcome back. Can you tell that I feel like now I've gotten too much sleep actually. You know, from Friday to Saturday I didn't get enough sleep. Then I was in pain like the entire day, so I just slept and I was awake for short times and ate a little and then I slept more, and now I'm like, wow. I feel like my brain has already gone to sleep again. It's like there's sleep overload. Who am I? Where am I? A12. AI2 is cancelled. We're moving into Yakuza 0. What do you mean we're not redoing the franchise before? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna go back to all of the Yakuza games I've played so far and actually do all of the side content that we didn't do the first time I played them. Absolutely. Yeah, let's put like 300 hours into just Yakuza 0 so I can get it to 100% before moving on to Infinite Wealth. No. You heard it here first, folks. That's never going to happen. 100%ing the rest of the franchise. Yeah, no. Good evening! How are you? Amethyst, I need you to know that one of your tweets actually organically showed up on my For You page. About you reading, I think it was a manga that you read and that you were posting about, and I was like, wait, I know this person. Hello. It's always funny. It's always funny to see people show up. I'm like, hold up. I've hired these 2 people to stare at you. Of course. I've hired these 2 people to stare at you. Okay, there we go. They're no longer staring straight at us. Oh, now they are. We stopped right here because I was tired last time. I was like, yeah, no. Let's see how far we can get. We have something to investigate. Hello. Reflected in a mirror is a security camera. A great thief's greatest enemy. The thing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest. I mean, yeah. I think I would be entirely deliberate, okay? Guard. I'd like you to retrieve the footage from this security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. Yes, sir. Okay, what about the table? Let's go to see and inspect anything that catches my attention. What's this thing? Hey, look at this weird piece of paper. Some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. Ooh, bishop to g2. What next? Rook? No. Pawn to g6. Oh. Rook. Pawn, rook, king. Pawn, bishop, king. Ah, so see, they were playing together, no? You're pretty good at chess? I'm not. I don't know how to play chess. Yeah. Wouldn't. Eureka! It's a chess game. I've seen it before. Enough of the chest chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus. I am investigating. This particular bit of chest chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is? It's a chess that we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But, I already know the rules of chess, so... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kay. I love you. Thank you. I'm not alone in not knowing. The rules of the game are not important here. What is important are the positions of the pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cell with these. Do you notice anything? Oh yeah, pawn, pawn, pawn. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn a diagram like this, there are pieces in the same square. Indeed, there's no dog in a diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the positions of the pieces are identical. And what does it tell us? As unlikely as it may seem... Typo. Second typo. Actually. Mr. Canis' chess opponent was... Mr. Knight? Could be just a proof you need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim. Yo-ho-ho. What are all of these books about? A second chance at life, interviews a former prisoner, making money while serving time, your love tomorrow, an anthology, understanding animal emotions. Life as a pet stylist. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. I'm assuming 1, 2, 3. What is this thing? Is that the meal plan? What's the menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth? Seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose what they like to eat each day. They can afford it, that is. He makes to walk around, I guess. Doesn't it make life super easy for rich detainees? Okay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Bear in mind. Some of them don't deserve to be punished, quite a few of them in fact. So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else? How do I wind up defending the practices of the detention system? That's a lot of books. Let's take a look. Your Love Tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding animal emotions. Life as a pet stylist. Maybe there was more to Mr. Knight than met the eye. Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees. With the hope that they would want to better themselves during their time here. Second Chance at Life. Interviews of a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates. Oh, I like the look of this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. And this one too, making money while serving time. Society may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. Alright, what about that? A jacket. This must be a night suit jacket. I'm doing some research of my own. Oh, what have you discovered? I've discovered that guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. Same goes for girls in suits, Kay. I think technically everyone who looks good in suits tends to be popular. But don't worry. Guys with pretty neck ruffles are next to my research. Please stop. Hey look, this newspaper's got a chunk of it missing. You're right, a few of its pages have been roughly torn out. Newspaper from the day before the incident. Oh. But why? Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell but didn't have a cleaning cloth. It's not a totally implausible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean their cell? Also, what's happening down here? There's something different about this spot here. This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Somebody wipe it down or something. Oh. Why would somebody only do the part right next to the bed, though? Very good question. Why would somebody do that? This part of the floor has been wiped clean. Maybe he spilled some grape juice? Who knows, but we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper. Why wouldn't he just ask a guard for a cloth or something, though? Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. The signs of the floor in the victim's detention said the holding cell was wiped clean. Oh! Hey! I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim.
This is bad, sir!
Is that the guard?
The security camera footage, sir. I watched it and...
What is it? Can you show it to us?
Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me.
Now what are you waiting for? Let's see it.
Ooh, 3D model!
Excuse me?
What was that? The black thing. It's that dog, right?
Until now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. It seems that assumption may have been wrong.
Knight had actually been attacked in this location.
Take that!
Right here near the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog.
In what world is that a dog? That looks like a floating cloud of... something.
Just the evidence we need. Should be attacked by a dog form. Yeah. This is where Knight was actually murdered. Then one of the pieces of evidence we found here in the cell takes on a whole new meaning. Knight's cell was a crime scene. Which piece of evidence takes on a new significance? The fact that he wiped the floor clean.
Take that!
Or that the floor is wiped clean. We don't know if it was him. The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. But does something have been his blood? Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor?
Name it, sir.
There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edgewood.
You got it, sir.
So clean of order test to see if it was blood.
Now we can really go after the Canis guy, right, Miss Edgewood?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper.
Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, Coach? Where are we off to?
I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, time to get asking. Huh?
Thanks for the tour. Later.
Hey!
So,
Well, Mr. Prosecutor's little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day.
This is Agent Shi Long Long of Interpol! Who's in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back? Yeah, right. It's not even that long. Jesus! That was weird.
I think in a different world they could have had something. Yeah, I could see it. I thought he had gone home to Shangfa after that, but here he is. He has some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lai? You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though.
First a black hound, now a wolf all in black. Hey, wait, why are you all alone today?
That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. I hear you were at it again a couple days back, sticking your nose into things. A couple of days back? Ah, he means the incident with the president of Shangfa. Actually, I thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail. Ah. Oh, the president doesn't have much faith in the official... Nah. Of his own country's police force. Maybe now we think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs. Shinai doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream of the crop officers. Indeed. No doubt things would have turned out different had you and your man been in charge. My man, huh? Yeah, Those guys aren't around anymore. What? Why? What? They're not? It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. What are you saying, Agent Lang? What on earth happened? I told you, it doesn't concern you. Not yet. It's only going to come up in like case 4 or the final one, because that's when we're actually going to maybe get more of your backstory. Ha ha ha. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in the later stages of the game. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor.
Me too. I think the fangs are A+ character design.
He's not my type, but the fangs certainly give him a few extra points, that's for sure.
Wow, he seemed not okay.
Yes, and I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. We'll worry about Agent Lang later. We have an investigation to conduct.
Alright, let's start by turning to these cards. First I want to know if I can look at the pictures up there, can I?
There's an assortment of trophies in here.
Just once I want to give someone a trophy.
And what sort of award would a great thief hand out?
Greatest rope escape, of course. Oh, but if I enter the contest, I guess it would just turn into me handing the trophy to myself.
I could worry more about finding a venue willing to host such an event. Oh, come on! It doesn't have to be a grand thing. You could do it in your own room. Living room, I guess. Oh, man, I'm in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker.
Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere?
Where in the world did that idea spring from?
Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you.
I know already redeemed this yet, because Akira never does, despite being here, like, before me sometimes. And then everyone else kind of assumes it's already been redeemed, is what I think happens every time. You're chipping away at your massive amount of points, one by one. There's a more complex one available. Yeah, this man is making me look up words. Like... to a value individual. Yeah, and Mel doesn't like when his points are not an even number. That's fair. Maybe I need to do it the way some other people do. I know Hina has a first, second, and third redeem actually. It's honest. It's literally just about throwing away your points though. But maybe I should. Someone from a God's Locker in the Attention Center corridor. Make it 10 points. 10 points for number 1. 5 points for the second. It's... maybe. I'll think about it. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently? That thing? No way. If I had, I'd... well, I should say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard here.
So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something?
No, okay. You should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. But it's none of it Cadence's dog hasn't been spotted on this side of those heavy security doors. So since you suddenly get multiples of 12, well, I don't know about that. Throwing points into the void. I do have some ideas for more point redeems actually, but implementing them in a way that they automatically make something work is proving to be a challenge. And I want them to work automatically, because if I have to like pause my game to manually activate something every time it gets redeemed, that always sucks, you know. Hey, those are my faithful assistants I see before me. Yeah. Sandra, where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you too, been searching high and low. Wandering lonely? Through the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you.
But the prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss.
Yeah, like a bonk. Like the bonk, yeah. So listen, I just got to download some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it, right? Right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards and they told me something très interessante. Turns out the prankster had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortem, if you catch my drift. An incident? Simeon told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. It's just one guard and he was handcuffed, obviously. He made it back and the guard was taking off his cuffs when the prankster clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. Sounds like it might have been a prelude to a jailbreak. Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find the comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings about Knight attempting an escape? And that's the bit that rise the old nogging. There were none. He just sat in his cell and turned up dead. And what's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice. The guard who was struck, what did he have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when he took him to the hospital. What is, he's still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. The guard was attacked and his keys, including the one to Knight's cell, were stolen. They have yet to be recovered. Oh. What the? It's you losers. That's all we need. Do you need your mom by your side the entire time? Can you not do your investigation by yourself, little boy? Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Malte is working with me now as an associate. Nonsense. You're just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart. A farce. A farce. You mean a farce. How old are you? 17. Oh my god. Shaped like a question mark on. Yeah, actually, it moves. It moves. Useless means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue. He's not even old enough to be in the class. He should have been at the. He should have been at Bible study. No. Seems like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. Jessica Bell, great to see you again. I know who you are. You're Simeon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged. Now we've broken the ice. How about a friendly... Oh no, I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly that Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yeah, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co. But a prosecutor's a public servant. You would draw your sword on a goddess to work for personal gain. It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid though, correct? Exactly what he said. Miles here is just a volunteer. All about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. How wonderful. So you'll work without reward. The goddess would surely approve. Yeah, I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Gavel, I was hoping to ask about the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest. The information is on a need. Is that a challenge I hear? No, I was just asking Judge Gavel. I'm always ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real winner. How is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested. There will be no need for that. Eustace... Not now, Gavel. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me. I think you meant to say that you would be the one running rings around me. No one's running rings! I'm not playing Sonic! Neither of us... I think every morning she just completely fucking fries her hair. Like, I don't think... She hasn't figured out how to actually work... Oh my god, what are they called? a hair straightener. I don't think she's figured out how to work a hair straightener, so she's trying to pass it off as a fashion statement. That's what she's doing.
And I will, so badly that ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth.
Uh-huh.
You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. Simple. I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing. Except for some winningly conclusive proof. And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature.
Why do I even begin? You didn't say anything!
Look at you, utterly as for words in the face of such mastery. You said a whole bunch of nothing. I'll take your silence as yet another win.
Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner?
Well, obviously it was the police who actually arrested him. And I told him to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you?
Of course, that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Cavell is silently thinking over there. I do, actually. See, the funny part here is there's an achievement specifically for pressing him on every single thing aside from the one you need to keep going here, apparently, so let's go.
Hold it!
Just checking, but you do know who it was you arrested, correct? Is this some kind of joke?
Of course I know who I arrested. It was Simeon Saint.
Good to know he remembers that much, at least.
Rock solid grounds for arresting Simeon Saint. First-rate reasons.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this one last.
Hold it!
The only incontrovertible fact here is that you don't know how to give a proper testimony.
What are you talking about? It's not my fault if you can't keep up.
Perhaps I could be so bold as to offer some additional details. The only fingerprints found at the scene belong to the guards, the prisoners, the victim, and Mr. Sane. I think you agree that Mr. Sane's were the only prints had no business being there.
Yes, exactly. Now do you get it, Edgeworth?
I do, but I'm not so sure about you. And the prints belong to the victim and the guards surrounding Mr. Sane's were out of place.
Hold it!
Oh god. You saw it first, and I suppose you can prove that.
I made the connection the moment I saw the crime scene. It was a lightning-fast detective lead. What more evidence do you need?
Well, you haven't given me any evidence at all so far, so...
You still don't get it, do you? Well, don't worry. We can all be born winners.
I'm not sure I even want to get whatever it is he's talking about. Fear on the flash, I'm out of light years. You do know what light years are, right? Well, that was
kind of vague and really hard to follow.
Indeed, perhaps I better start by teaching him how to properly express himself.
Don't hold back, Mustache. I'll knock him into shape. What is it with this guy?
Hold it!
Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner?
Did I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I hoped even you could put 2 and 2 together.
Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends will be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. You certainly look keen to hear about it.
Fine, if you insist, I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourselves because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. But you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon Saint.
Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth. No, by all means, please do. Oh my god. Okay, congratulations. We just got a winner's education. The achievement for pressing every single one of his statements here. Having a lot of this guy character. They love having...
Get a load of this guy.
I assume you mean this pocket chess set. So the fingerprints on a chess set are the ace, obviously.
The what up my what? Oh, yes, the chess set up the ace of sleep. That's right, Edgeworth. I got a winning hand, as usual.
Only your winning hand is a busted flush. For you see, it was Simeon Sane who brought that chess set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything and Mr. Sane's arrest was premature.
Premature?
The incident took place here within the walls of this facility, and being neither guard nor prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Sane.
Oh!
Now what?
I think you might be the premature one here, Edgeworth. I do think you were the one accusing me of being hasty.
Did you only just work out what that word means?
Sure, I identified Mr. Sane as suspected faster than pretty much anybody else. And I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. Hasty? Not at all. You're right that Mr. Sane isn't a guard or prisoner here, but he was...
Eustace. Oh! God, see, I don't trust her whatsoever. See, she's a judge. She's involved with a whole thing that's trying to get Edgeworth off the case altogether. And also her theme goes crazy hard. She's evil. But damn, it's a good one. Oh yeah, Phoenix and Miles themselves do also count, yeah. Honestly, Ace Attorney consists of a lot of, get a lot of this guy characters, but I love them for it. Scavel.
What out, Gavel? I have him right where I want him.
Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may. Well, the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating. But we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor.
Something more impressive?
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth. Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it.
Yes, of course, that. Well remembered, Gavel. Listen to this, Edgeworth. I'm prepared to be amazed.
Objection!
I'm sorry, he's only 17, bruh. Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Sane was arrested?
Let's just say you won't be disappointed.
Gavel deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Not every musical heavyweight has been evil.
See, yeah, but you know.
Eggman from Sonic Adventure.
Get out of this!
Whereabouts of the murder weapon?
Fact 1. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside a chest set. That's what I think anyway. Wait, hold on.
Inside a chest set? It's a murder investigation. You sound like a child on Christmas morning.
Please, even your heart must skip a beat when you're about to open the mysterious box.
Not all of us think like UK, thankfully. Oh. Well, it certainly looks nice.
These are chess pieces, right? I've seen the ones you have in your office, so how come these are black and white? Because that's what they usually are.
Most chess pieces are. The ones in my office are custom made.
As in, they're unique and probably valuable?
I like the sound of that. Okay. She's got that glint in her eye. She better not be planning a robbery. Alright. Is there anything else? No. Okay. And since the only prints we found on the chest that belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and used it, wouldn't you? Nothing else's testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. Another winning deduction brought to you by one winner, Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. Yeah, I see. More like one winner, useless prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me. I see why the fan translation went with the best. But oh, okay. How could anyone even hide a weapon inside a chess set? Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves? Didn't I just do that? Inside a chessboard. I suppose there's only one way to find out. Oh, okay, but now it's on purpose. Alright. There's nothing in here but chess pieces. Nah, that love is really something. Seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere, but I'll take a closer look. Okay. Oh! So flying at the top opens like a flap door. There's plenty of room in there. Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife. Ingenious. Now, the killer snuck the weapon in, right? Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you? I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner. Or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah, and? This security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. You must pass through another one on the way into the prison itself, remember? Aha! Yes, that's right. Of course I remember. You definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility. Which would seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Winner.
Overruled.
Ooh! The gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. Are you telling me that the chest set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard of late. Oh! Holding chest with the pieces stored inside belong to 9 has a secret compartment. The entrance to both the detention center and the prison proper capable of detecting items made of metal. Of course they didn't check it properly, otherwise this wouldn't have worked, huh? Very good, thank you, Gavin. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Ashworth, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winner's holds up, shall we? Let's try. Well, I'm thinking, I've only known him for a very short amount of time. I assume he's going to show up a little more often for the rest of the game. But even if he does that, he's not going to be in more cases than Pain, because Pain has just been there for literally everything. I mean, we've seen Pain in this game, even.
Hold it!
But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winner, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? Well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with this claim? Yes. They hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case. What evidence suggests that a murder weapon isn't hiding somewhere in the prison? The fact that they searched the entire prison?
Take that!
I couldn't find anything? I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? Ooh! Oh, that must have hurt. Jesus Christ, my guy. Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all. Ow. Way to undermine yourself. You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough. You, the so-called winning rookie. Stop making fun of me. Eustace. Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. You're right. I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edge Worthless here get under my skin? Ooh. Oh. Where are you pulling your insults from, young man? Edge Worthless. Yeah, okay. I can see it. I can see it. He's trying. I thank you to leave my name out of this. Well, I'm Kay Faraday and I'm A-okay. You're A-okay? My name is Apollo Justice and Not you too, please. Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find. What? Apologize for... No, I just need to actually get through that game. So other people who haven't played Apollo Justice know what the hell I'm talking about. Which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find him when we looked, obviously.
Objection!
And how we are proposing is impossible. And this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of the prison with them. Like, it's one thing to get it in here, but how are you going to get it out again? Just needed a joke. Her screen time?
Take that!
More memory trouble, Mr. Winner. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me again? Yeah, I was... Am I wrong, though? Oh, so remember what I said. So you remember what I said. Perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. If I remember that, you should clip that actually. What's that? Wait, does he seriously not remember? It would certainly seem that way. There's a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center in the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to have passed through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh, wait, now I remember.
Thank you for the memory. Hi, Hado.
How did you enjoy Pocket Mirror? Looks like he got his memory back. So as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both gates. And therefore, there's no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Oh. Gotta finish it soon, hell yeah. In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be? It is still here on the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to be drawn. But we searched the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything. Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for. I enjoy every second Edgeworth is on screen. Yeah, I am enjoying myself immensely. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. That is quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it. Where's the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Take a look at this, Judge Cavell, and the weapon used in this case will become clear.
Take that!
This is footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now, watch it for yourselves and see. The whole 3D model and everything, that's crazy! They really had more money for this game, I feel like. But how? This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, wouldn't you say? Yes, it is certainly significant. So now we know that Knight was, in fact, killed in his cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there's no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all.
Overruled.
That's quite enough of that, Mr. Ashworth. Judge Cavell, you are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence, but it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you have also been asking yourself. Phoenix would cross-examine a dog. Phoenix would cross-examine every animal he comes across if it means that he can get the upper hand in court. And I don't even mean this in a mean way, because it worked. It worked the first time. It has also worked the other time I played it, that we haven't done on stream yet. So I'm just like, yeah, honestly. At least one of those animals could actually talk, in a sense. All of 3D stuff. Yeah, but I don't know, something about like all of the slightly more animated stuff in terms of cutscenes, just cutscenes itself, right? This one opens up at the plane flying. It's those things where I'm like, oh? It just feels a little more polished than first one. She's right, there's one major problem with my version of the events. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How do you move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will?
Oh!
How do you answer that one, Mr. Ashworth? The truth is, I don't know yet.
Of course not. Can it, Wonderboy? You didn't even notice there was a problem.
Overruled.
Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned.
We're not in... Hello? Girl!
But, wait, there's still so much more to explore.
Overruled.
Court is no longer in session, Mr. Ashworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom.
We're not in court!
Court was never in session in the first place. Once again, this court is adjourned.
Objection.
We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Singh. What do you mean? Just as we don't yet know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cells, you can't know how Mr. Singh could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Cavell, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Sane was able to enter the prison.
Overruled.
You wish for the court to provide you with proof. Highly irregular, but very well. What? They actually have something. Now seems like a good test time, as good a time as any. I don't know why make her talk like she's like 60 fucking years old, but okay. I suppose you've been kind enough to share your own theories on the case. What's she building up to here? Miss Ashford, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Sane does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He's a circus performer. A what? Oh, wait, so he was here with the circus? Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Very Big Circus.
No.
Don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day after all. Yeah, you had the circus come by. You see it now, I assume? As I'm sure you're aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of the very big circus. So, does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. In fact, that has been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. That would have been good to know beforehand. She held onto the fact until the last possible moment. She let me run with her own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait. I must be where she steered him onto a different topic back then, too. I guess you could deny, you third-rate prosecutor. Third-rate? Bruh. This has nothing to do with you. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Atwood. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to return it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Atwood, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Pretense with a ugh. Thank you for your concern. I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish. Now, do try to remember that the two jobs are not one and the same. And that a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all. Oh, fuck off!
Du schon wieder. Du schon wieder. Ja. Ja.
Oh no, I know it's not wrong. It's just I am definitely more used to the one with an S.
So Simeon lied to us.
Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Good question. Let's ask him. Oh, you're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, Milesy boy? Sure, Judge Cavell is a tough cookie, but it doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost. Defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too. No worry, Fender. I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption Mr. Saint couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false, which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's a good thing I stopped where I stopped last time. Alright. Hi again! I forgot what kind of voice I gave him. You withheld information from me. Why? I didn't withhold anything, or at least I didn't mean to.
Okay, so you are a member of the Very Big Circus, right?
No, I mean, yes, but no. I'm not really a member, I'm still new. That's irrelevant, you're still a member.
Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious, me being a performer in the circus show? And me being friends with Bronco? I thought if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent, not even you, Kay.
I thought I made it clear that I believed in you.
when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Mouse? Any other client scaring tips you want to share? Really not helping, Fender. At this rate, it sounds like I really will need to question him about everything all over again.
So, what do you do at the circus, Simeon?
I'm an animal tamer, kind of. Still learning the ropes.
That's so cool. Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff?
Lions? Tigers? Bears? Oh, no.
I work with this little guy.
It's pretty tame already to me. So you're not exactly a tamer, more like one of those old-timey organ grinders. A what now?
No money, I'm trying to...
Oh, you little scam. I don't trust that monkey. Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. Is that really what it's called? Organ grinder? I have... What? Huh. I never knew that's what it's called. Interesting. Every day I learn something new. Does this game have a German translation with this release as well? It would... oh, that would be interesting. Yes? Ooh, I need to check that out on my own time sometime. When I spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. I was telling the truth. The circus really is a company. We all have titles and everything. Ringmaster's the CEO, and I'm a... I guess you call me a gopher? You have a line manager. She's head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. She's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding. Is she blonde? By any chance? And... no longer a minor, maybe? How old was she? Even Miles here, I'd like to see somebody whip him into shape. I'm not some kind of creature, Fender. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yeah, so it's just us two. It wasn't all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. Alright, talk me through your movements here at the facility. Sure. I came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago. And that was when you brought him the chest. Yes, and that same evening I started work on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard, I had to hold everything in by myself over multiple trips. They let us use one of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh no, I could never ask her to schlep all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey's work's my job. Yeah. Schlep? There is no way that's actually a real word in the English language. Are you kidding me? But... with the SCH and everything. No way. Every day I learn something new. Once it was all set up, we did a run through and it must have been midnight by the time I left. Next morning I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 AM. Then we performed till 10? So Mr. Sane was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. A Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. That is not good. It's getting worse for you by the second, actually. Every day you forget something. It sounds good. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely even the winner wouldn't just pull somebody in on a hunch. Never underestimate the power of an underdeveloped intellect. I think I might know why. When I was moving all the stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. You went to the holding cells on your own? Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything, so just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. But you'd just seen him earlier that same day. Why take the risk? I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, that he'd want somebody to talk to, so I had to go see him. You don't have any family? For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child, I know that pain all too well. It's just like you and me, Mr. Ashworth. Aww. There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him. No, the other holding cells were empty and I didn't see any guards. Somebody must have seen you or you wouldn't be in there. No, I messed up so bad, didn't I? So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together. At least I imagine that would be Winner and Judge Cavell's thinking. In any case, I think we need to speak to your boss next. Unless I heard she's supposed to be around today too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I let this happen. Sure thing, Simeon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word. But, I mean, there's nothing I can do for you in return. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all, right, Mr. Ashworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill neither. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. Well, what do we have here? Gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. Can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there. I did. From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend to the friendless. Simeon Vibago, this guy will suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are gonna be shippily amazing. I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Fender. It's just a thing, you never know when a pirate will strike next. Anyway, kid, you want some candy? Yeah! No, thanks. I don't like sweet stuff. Oh, I do. I don't have anything to snack on. Damn. Bummer.
I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. A Grey Thieves Galleon for the Dread Pirate K. Yar, me hearties. We'll sail the seven seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth.
Shiver me timbers, you two will beat himself on me. Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard, but no sea shanties on the way, please.
I wish I had something to snack on right now.
Though speaking of food,
I had a grand pizza today. A very good pizza.
that I also posted about, and for some reason a lot of people are liking it. I'm like, it's just a pizza. Why are you here again? You know, it's Sunday, it's the same time I usually stream, and you keep going in and out of my room. You know I don't have time for you right now. Why not just lie down? He does love it. He does love it. He just can't actually say it out loud.
Look, the shutter's open.
That's the way out to the yard, I believe.
Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? Meow.
Someone's excited.
New area.
So this is the famous yard. Circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered.
Check it out. It's like the backdrop of some epic festival.
Oh. Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered, which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Alright, time to take a look around. Hey!
Oh! Stop hitting me! Help! Mustache, what?
Cease and desist, you beast!
Somebody, ouch! Help! Ow! Me! Stay, Azia, stay! Who's that? Oh, you found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl. Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me. No way, she'd never do a thing like that.
Oh, you're even more sparkly! Oh god. Help! Why are you so sparkly?
Azia doesn't even bite. At least not very often.
Almost as bright as you. No, please! No, I don't want her to be so sparkly. That's what I said. So she does have a taste for human flesh. Oh god.
How'd you like meeting a real-life elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did?
No.
Yeah, glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right? Right?
There, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay? Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender.
She did? I'm so happy.
Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug? No, no. Keep your trunk to yourself.
Aw, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever?
I am Associate Defense Attorney Mads Edroy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Kay, Great Thief Extraordinary, Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's Great Associate.
Self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted.
And the elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant. That's Azia, the Asian elephant. Aha! Azia stopped the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't.
Do you get a profile? How old are you? No, you don't get a profile yet. How old are you supposed to be in this game?
What? So you're Simeon's boss? That's right, Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Berry Big Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you.
Pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney.
No, you're a bit of a defender, actually.
So much for whipping me into shape.
Yes, she's perfect.
What are you muttering to yourself about? No, she's not perfect for your little fun group, Kay. No.
The positivity, the charisma, the energy. Regina, you make a perfect partner in crime for the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Great Thief? Sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. That's the one thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on a down low, all stealthy ninja-like. Where's the fun without a show? The down low sounds like it might get me down. Bummer. I think we got a fundamental difference of opinion going on here.
It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay.
Oh my god. You are getting on my nerves, my guy. Oh! Meow! Come here. Ah.
Oh. Heulsuse. Bist eine Heulsuse. Ja. Eine Heulsuse. Heul. Ja. Geh da hin. Leg dich hin. Au. Au. Mhm. 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 Ja. Wo ist mein? Wo ist mein? Hm?
Okay. Atomic Warhead. Yeah, no, I don't think they would make a very good team. Well, Miss Edgeworth, let's get cracking. Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that metal fence, though. Indeed, and we have so many different information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any person of interest as well. There's a person of interest right behind you, technically, but let's check out the fence first. Danger high voltage! I never saw one of these in real life. Hey, that must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there. Yes, Warden Lagarde mentioned being able to see it from a window on the detention center side. It's just dumb part. Metal fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard. Given how protective the warden seemed of a little bit of earth, I imagined it's to keep riffraff like us out. Sense. Hi. Do you get a profile? Yes. Ah, 17. Is 17 just a magical number? If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Sane's boss. That's right. My dad founded the very big circus. When he passed away, he was murdered. I am well aware. I'm sorry to hear that. We have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man. He was a good friend of my dad's, too. That's great. Lucky you. I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic, and ventrilogy. Only animal taming and ventrilogy have more than one person right now. The Baby Big Circus is getting bigger and better day by day. Sounds like you guys are really going places. They're getting on well. I'll leave them to it. Can you tell me about the show? Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story, it's a love story. Isn't that dreamy? Sounds like a regular ride. So who's the star of the show? Let me guess. You. No, silly. That would be Azia. And she falls in love with none other than Regen the tiger. It's a heartrending saga of forbidden interspecies romance. Whoa, Nelly. I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. And that's not all. There's a love triangle too. It's so romantic. Sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Ashworth? So the elephant is the heroine. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Yeah, I mean, why not? And who's the third wheel? Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear stalker's lovers apart. Ooh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Ashworth? Given as a circus, perhaps a lion. I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu. No, it's a sneaky monkey. That's certainly lowered the stakes. Oh, you mean money, right? Nope, again. The role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Huh? What? Money's far too small to play against Azia and Regen, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Azia and Regen apart. We'll
come at a faded twosome. It's so exciting, isn't it? Wow, it sure is.
So Mr. Saint was more than just a little helper he claims to be.
Oh, Simeon, it'd be terrible if you couldn't perform with us anymore.
Can you tell me about how you set things up for the performance?
Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though.
Oh well, I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail.
You should have seen him moving those huge cages all around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah, sounds like something he would do.
Weeping all the while.
He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The person gave us special permission to use it for storage. But he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that.
The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into workshop A.
This sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Ashworth knows how to get things done.
And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean?
Is that a Chikawa gif? It's certainly based on Chikawa. That's very cute. I like it. There you are.
Regina, cupcake! Oh, Warren Lagarde! I've been simply dying to sit you down for a chat, you exquisite little thing. I'm also giving her a Russian accent for some reason, even though she's more French-leaning, but okay. Just have to stick with it now. Hi. Do you mind if I ask a little about the prison? Oh, not at all. This place is my pride and joy, my home. Sure, it was a prison when I first arrived, and it was awful and utter disgrace. Awful? I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly. I most certainly do not. They're angels, every one of them, and they always have been. No, it was the ambience that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me, the animals. If anyone could brighten up the place, it was them.
It is nice having them around.
Isn't it just? And now look at my fabulous little family. And my darling Frankie is the very picture of rehabilitation. Except when he's rifling through that man's pockets. Rifling? I haven't actually ever done the whole showing off my badge to everyone I meet whenever I was playing Phoenix. I should start doing this sometime, it's funny. So it's you I have to thank for all the new additions to the family. How wonderful! Oh. I beg your pardon, but family? Yes, darling. Family here at this happy home of ours is so lively thanks to people like you. I look forward to welcoming more. Let them come in their hundreds. No, they're thousands. I simply love the buzz of activity, the joy of a growing, happy family. With an animal companion for every member. Oh, but of course! Dream big or go home, I guess. Even if that dream is for the world's biggest zoo. Ooh, huh. We have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankly really is a marvel. He's shown himself into his vocational training and is always the first to volunteer for everything. What, and your other model prisoners don't do that? Of course they do, my dear, of course. They're all such tryers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, just say he knows what's good for him. What exactly does she mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy, so do try to be nice to him, won't you? He killed someone I actually know. Or more like me, not Ashworth, but me. I was there for his trial. No, not what I wanted. No. Wrong choice. Loud, soaring music, great leaping animals, the Berry Pig Circus truly has it all. And everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month.
Really? In that case, let me see.
She better not be thinking of something to confess to. This monthly show, is it always performed by the Berry Pig Circus? But of course, sweetie. I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar. She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she's so adorable, so sweet. I could just gobble her right up. See, that's the problem. We've had too many people who wanted to do that. You're not lying when you say you're her biggest fan, huh? Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simeon, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina will be devastated. So you simply must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. Please, I'm begging you. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you let me know. Hey. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, let me... Okay. Oh. Hi! Mr. Attorney, sir, how are you today, if you don't mind me asking? Today? We just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sowie. Oh heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see. In order to be as annoying as possible. I'm currently helping out with the circus show stage tear down and clean up. If you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The frank side you saw before you is a changed sweet. You saw before you is a changed man. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased. No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? Oh, you're disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief? Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's straight and narrow for me. Like I say, I'm a model prisoner. Not a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. Yeah, you even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you? That's right, only 2 inmates were absent, Soviet and Canis. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who'd talk about him if they didn't have to. Well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here. You didn't hear it from me, but, well, I guess it counts with being the fixer. The fixer? Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. How does he get away with it? I'm not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. Imagine being the fixer for its Canis certain privileges. I don't concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. And what are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment rich with minerals. It works wonders under coats. I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually. Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Of course, that's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. Let's see. Around what time would this happen? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 AM perhaps. The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick, like mud. I think the stress of prison might be getting to him. Solely after being warned by Sylvie. Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful instructions. I'm eternally grateful, truly I am. Of course you are. Simple, sturdily built well. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners. Somebody's left a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy-looking weight. Let's see, it weighs 30 pounds. Oh, and there's some pulleys too. Okay, can you stop touching everything inside? Come on, it's not like I was gonna take anything. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder?
Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, and you in particular, my princess, it was simply divine. Divine?
That's so nice of you. I hope everybody else who watched enjoyed it too.
About that, dear, I'm afraid of something awful to confess. There was some absence, as you see. She must mean Canis and Sawyer. We were 3 members short. 3? Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show? That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3 no-shows. And I always make sure there are enough seats for everybody.
But Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it?
Indeed, as far as we were aware. Mr. Canis and Mr. Sawyer were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who's the 3rd missing prisoner and what were they doing? What? And why didn't I read a half of that sentence? It seems we need to investigate further.
Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much I almost forgot. I must feed the little one.
Little one? What? Hello? What? How?
Yikes!
Oh!
Alligator. You're looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweet. Of course the alligator's called Allie. Aw, she's so pretty. And what a cute name. Yes, Allie the alligator. Isn't she a darling? She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are. So jealous. Can I pet her? Horse princess, of course.
Boy, howdy, these two were made for one another. They look like they'd be busy for a while.
Maybe we should go back inside the prison and check the cells.
Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue there as to who our 3rd missing prisoner might be.
Allie the alligator. Oh boy.
Sir! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! I finally caught up with you.
Hey!
Detective, you're not needed elsewhere.
No, the judge and the kid aren't here yet. Oh, and I got your message.
So you searched the victim's cell. Did you manage to turn anything up?
We struck gold, sir. Well, blood anyway. It's right there on the floor. Only tiny specks though, but at least it's something. Yeah, it proves that the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right?
Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet.
I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. I asked forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches the victims. They're on it as we speak. Nice work, Gummy. You thought of everything.
Detective, I must say I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Don't look so surprised, sir. Just hope things continue to go in our favor. Should not say that. Alrighty, so that's proof that the murder happened in a detention center. And for our next trick,
We'll find out how the dog got over there.
don't worry, you can leave that one to me. Until the kid and his chaperone get here, we've got the whole prison to ourselves. Just why I brought my secret weapons along.
Secret weapons?
That's right, a few tools of the trade that have helped me bust more than a few cases wide open. Behold, 7 secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, Ace Detective Extraordinaire. I don't know about you crazy cats, but I'm sold, Miles. Very well, Detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. Got it, sir. Let me run you through the list. Secret weapon number 1, trusty old metal detector. If it's made of steel, silver, or scrap, this little guy right here will find it. So detects metal. Very good, Detective. Next up, secret weapon number 2, missile. Everyone's favorite crime-fighting K9.
K9!
He can trick pretty much any scent you put in front of him, especially food.
He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Canes' dog.
Now for secret weapon number 3. Where did I put it? Aha! Am I one step short of a school, or is that a fishing rod? Don't tell me we're going fishing for clues.
No, I mean, I just happen to have it with me, is all. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, detective. Let's see what else you have. That's all she wrote, sir.
Yummy, you have 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod.
Sorry, but that's all for today, okay? I'll show you the rest next time.
Where do you think you call them secret?
I can't just go sharing everything at once. That's crazy. In that case, then I suppose the 3 you've deigned to reveal to us will have to do for now.
Alright, which one do you want to try, sir?
Oh, to be fair, I think the fishing rod could be very funny, but I'm guessing. Let's try and get our good friend Missile on the scene. You got it, sir.
Hey, Missile! Here, boy!
Yeah!
Oh, you really came.
So, what are we tracking? We're trying to find out how Mr. Canis' dog got to the holding cells in the first place. I suspect the same road was used to bring Knight's body back to the prison. So we give the pooch a sniff of the body.
And they find that route for us.
Yeah, maybe.
I love that they keep putting Missile into these games. It's so funny.
What a good boy. Does anyone smell something sweet?
All I smell is the odor of blood.
It's faint, sir, but it's there. Almost like cake, maybe.
I want the body smell of cake.
Okay, Miss, I'll get a noseful.
Here we go.
Follow that dog.
That's the way to... He's headed for maximum security.
Uh-oh, he's going in.
We just have to follow after him. Oh boy. Hello? This is Canis' cell, though the man himself was absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room?
Do you think Missile's onto something? Shh, looks like maybe he is.
Ooh. Is there something here?
Let's get snooping, Mr. Edgeworth.
There's a Canis' chest set complete with his special dog piece.
It's not a chest set, it's a whole chest table with legs. Looks like it might be worth something too.
It's not inconceivable, some of them are, and this is quite a nice one.
I never would have pegged Mr. Canis as a chess fan though. But with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going, I thought he'd be more to go.
Oh, huh. Can you play?
I can play Go Fish.
Not the same thing, okay? Not even close. She's so... I love her. Mr. Canis' chisels. Everyone a potential murder weapon.
That reminds me of something. The furrows in your brow. When you frown, it looks like somebody took a chisel to your forehead.
I have no idea what you mean.
See, they're so deep. Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Wood carving face.
Have you quite finished?
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, the chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others.
I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch regardless of the job.
An all-purpose pocket chisel. Makes sense. Always nice when your tools are useful and easy to carry.
Is that your opinion as a thief?
No, it's my opinion as a great thief.
I walked into that one. Oh? What's the matter, boy? Is this cake what you were after? Whoa, down, boy! Stop that! No, you can't have it. Dogs can eat chocolate, you know that. If you don't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself. Not bad. That's some real outside the chocolate box thinking there. Not sure everybody agrees, though.
Yummy! I wanted some.
Daring if you both to assume the food in a prison is safe to eat. Well, daring or dumb. So, anyway, looks like it really was cake miss I was tracking. What a waste of time. I suppose we gotta adjust dessert. Desserts. The little guy's definitely capable, right?
Sure he is. This was just a blip. You followed the right sign this time, I promise. Seek, boy. Oh, I think he's onto something. Whatever it is, it's in there. Mr. Carsarado's cell. I need to take a look inside. Detective, call the guard. Yes, sir. Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is the prisoner, Mr. Carsarado, still in solitary? No, sir. He came back a little while ago. And he was here for the noon roll call. Guess he must be on work duty someplace. I see. Now, if you would be so kind as to open his cell. Yes, sir. Gotta lose 10. Whoa, pound. Ooh, bear bites. Impeccable drawing skills here. This punching bag is certainly What were you again, Miss Al? Sure it wasn't a boxer. No way. No way indeed. Quickly, detective, move the sandbag aside. Yes, sir. Oh, could this be? Wait, Missa! I'm going in too. Wait, stop. Sir, I'll go get her. Stop, no, stop. That's tight. Shouldn't have eaten that cake. No, don't go into the hole, no. It's gone. Well, I'm not going in there. Guess we'll just have to wait. Oh. Hello. Okay. Are you alright? You're not gonna believe this. Step number 3. You're not gonna believe this, but we're in the detention center. The detention center? The hole! It's a tunnel that leads right into Mr. Knight's cell. What? Don't go anywhere. I'm on my way. Huh. Okay. Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth. Guess you could say we made a breakthrough. Quite. At least I came out unscathed, I think. Sir, the floor under the bed were torn up. Oh. So that's how they did it. There's no doubt about it. This must be the road we've been looking for. How do you not find that? I'm sorry, how do you not find that when looking through... Okay. The corridor connecting the detention center and the prison is locked down by heavy security doors, but with the help of this tunnel, it can be circumvented. It was a sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be that the scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? Incidentally, Knight's body was covered in dirt that might have come from being dragged through this tunnel. Hey, what was it like down there? Well, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see a whole lot. Luckily, my camera has a flash, so I took some pictures. So let's see what you've captured. Look at that. Spoons, fork. Guess they were for digging the tunnel. That aside, are those footprints? Paw prints even. From a dog, perhaps. This is a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs something of a question. It does. Mr. Carsarado has certainly been making use of this tunnel, which means... Detective, we need to find out where Mr. Carsarado is immediately.
Hi, TK. Good evening.
If my suspicions are correct... Huh? Oh, nuts! The guards were alerted and they began searching for Mr. Carsarado right away. But after a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found. Well, yeah. I wonder why. Well, after police been notified. Yes, ma'am. We just finished liaising with them a moment ago. We set up a cordon around the entire facility. Good.
The first blemish on a prison spotter's reputation is always the ugliest. It won't happen again, ma'am. I had a different warden regard to the one we've seen so far, but she does apparently do her job well. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, may have been a little too late. It seems we might have already left the building. I say that's unlikely, warden. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting he simply walked through it? No, but I'm assuming he's the one who may have stolen the missing uniform and dressed up as a guard? That's to say, there was only the one tunnel, sweetie. I suppose that's true. Oh, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Miss Ashworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation? It will be my pleasure. And you three can get back to your posts. Yes, ma'am. Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab. Thanks, pal. Let's see what they have to tell us about the blood found in Knight's cell. What does it say, Miss Ashworth? They've identified the blood and it's Knight's. Aha! Nice job, everybody. Teamwork makes the dream work, huh? Got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel a dog clearly went through, and security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed. We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis has to say for himself. Canis? Oh, darlings, are you sure? Do be careful around him, won't you? He's as well connected on the outside as he is in here. I suppose he would have to be. How else would the so-called fixer stay in business? The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. That's what that was all about. You brought evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled a secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. No matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. Doesn't want him conducting interrogations herself. That's irregular, to say the least. Let your guard down and he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. You have been warned. How weird. He thought things couldn't get any spicier. Oh. Hey! Judge Cavell, I didn't expect to find you here. We have been conducting inquiries, which, given that we are in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is that you are still here, Miss Ashworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? Yeah, and I don't trust you one bit, so fuck off. I told you that your badge was at risk should our paths cross again, and yet here you are. I'm sorry that you thought that I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. Encouraged. Jesus Christ. I'm not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. I'm here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourself should have uncovered. You've no business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't remember what advice I gave him last time. There's too many characters on the screen at this point, I feel like. I do. I promised I would be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am. This should be amusing. Very well, whenever you are ready.
Objection!
Objection! Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact.
Indeed, we are now more certain than ever that semi-insane was the murderer. And not only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. I shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. First, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? If you fail to rebut our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance.
What? You mean you take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation.
Not at all. If anything, I'm showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Ashworth's case. It never was, and I'm under no obligation to hear him out. If he's prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk? To put your beloved badge on the line?
Mr. Ashworth!
Sir! I accept your terms. I'm confident of my reasoning, and what's more, I'm representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co. And I do not intend to besmirch its name. So thank you for the pat and the hide time. My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well. Let us see whether you're brave or simply reckless. But a power vested in me by the almighty goddess of justice. Let his judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me.
Fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel.
More like, she's all mine. Uh-huh.
Thank you for the posture check. Besmirch.
You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume? He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Later, in the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Sane stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit.
I cannot do this.
That's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen. He skipped into the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled into one of the prison workshops. Figured she was going to bring in Mr. Sane going to Knight's cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look at it ourselves. Perhaps you would like to see what we found? This is a still from the footage we received. Mr. Sane speaking with Knight at the cell. Correct. You will also note that he has positioned the cage in such a way as to obscure the camera's view. It is this blind spot that Mr. Knight exploited in order to enter the cage undetected. Some deduction based on what can be observed, wouldn't you say? A blind spot, which means that the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight entered the cage if he did at all. So it's still possible that he didn't actually leave his cell at this point.
I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide in a cage?
There's really only one possibility. He intended to escape.
Prison break, that's so cool. Mr. Casarado, Mr. Knight, everybody's doing it. I have to step up my game.
Okay, now is really not the time. Mr. Casarado's escape is no laughing matter. It is my belief that Mr. Sane helped Mr. Knight with his escape attempt. That is to say, he was his accomplice.
How go, Simeon?
Wasn't a compliment! I understand that the cage was briefly taken to one of the workshops. I imagine that had things gone to plan, Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show, and then removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus's equipment. Unfortunately for Mr. Knight, Mr. Sane had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. Judge Gavel's argument seems reasonable, but there must be a fault in her logic somewhere, and I'm going to find it. Sure.
Hold it!
Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the god here soldier regains consciousness, I'm sure he will confirm our suspicions. I wouldn't be so sure. Perhaps you should press her further on her reasoning. Sorry, but I believe there's a flaw in your reasoning. If Knight had the keys, there was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. Why wait for Mr. Saint? There was no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed most likely to succeed. He stole the keys and hid them somewhere, then waited for an opportune moment to present itself. He hid the keys? I'm afraid you might have made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. But Knight wasn't hiding any keys. That has been proven already. And this is a piece of evidence that proves Knight didn't have the keys. Since you know about the incident, I assume you must already know this, but after the assault, the guards searched both Knight and his cell, and no keys were found. And if the whereabouts of the keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I've considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it's such an issue. I still believe he had them. After all, the guards only stated that they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chest set. Knight's chest set, the same set in which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden. Was it? I can't help but wonder about that. But you're the one who proposed it. Actually, if you recall, that was Eustace's assertion. Oh, you're throwing him under the bus right now? Damn. The two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight had the keys he stole from the guard inside his chest set. When Mr. Singh came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open his cell and climb inside the cage. I will never actually give someone a voice like this. This weirdly breathy thing. I cannot talk like this. Jesus Christ. He was then moved from his holding cell to the workshop in the prison proper, all with the help of his friend and accomplice. If things gone according to plan, he would have been taken out of the facility after the show. But they did not. Instead, his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard.
Objection!
Mr. Sane was a part of that performance. How would he even have the time to commit the murder?
Overruled!
Oh, indeed. Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performances follow a set narrative. Yesterday's show was one such example. He's done a homework, I see. The suspect played the role of the antagonist opposite the elephantine heroine of the show. In the latter part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. His victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage by the heroine. He's sent flying by the elephant. Isn't that dangerous? Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, it's more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Would I? Committing the crime and returning to the stage in that short 15-minute window is only possible, assuming that the murder took place in a prison proper. But in fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you that I would not accept that part of the security footage into evidence.
Objection!
And you won't have to. I have proof of a different kind. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have that the murder took place in the victim's holding cell?
Take that!
This appears to be a photograph of a floor. Almighty Goddess of Justice, grant me patience. The floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it. Jesus, you say? Is this evidence reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensic operatives.
Objection!
I have my resources.
Welcome back. It is.
A certain blunt instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. Detective. Very unfortunate for him. Perhaps before you decided to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police.
No, Gummy's badge is on the line too.
Forgive me, Detective. I didn't mean to put you at risk as well. I'll answer the fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However,
Objection!
Like idiots. You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless.
Mr. Winner, I'd forgotten you were there.
It was nice while it lasted. I just butted in to tell you that your entire argument is one big inconsistency. You showed us camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in his cell. Are you saying the mud also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Uh-oh. What other tricks can it do, huh? A blood-wiping dog. You're a joke.
You'd have wiped the blood up, wouldn't you? But yes, I would. Yes, you would.
What?
That was one of the tricks I thought in before our work together was so rudely cut short. He's a very tidy boy, you know, never misses a job. It wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all. Good job. Saved by an assassin of all people. Jeez Louise, could have just taught a little guy to shake hands. Oh, he does it marvelously too. Although the way I thought him to do it is somewhat unorthodox. First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand. Then...
La 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 la, I'm not listening.
I see. Very well done, Mustache. Seems you may have gathered some evidence worth considering. You understand he's much appreciated.
Wait, I'm not done yet. I just thought of something else.
Overruled. Oh boy, somebody's taking no prisoners. Eustace, would you be so kind as to allow me?
Oh, yours, Gamal.
Well, do you accept the truth now? The crime took place in Knight's holding cell, and the assassin's dog was the killer. My position is the same as it was yesterday. Until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center, I cannot accept your theory into evidence.
Hold it!
I can't explain that. I thought you might say that, which is why I'd like to show you something else. This piece of evidence shows how the dog could freely travel between the prison and the detention center. Right.
Take that!
Second time Fudge himself. Yeah! We have some very interesting assassins in these games that very clearly can help us out, and you're just like, oh, dismissing it just because it's an assassin. But also, I'm so sorry. Give me like a second. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue hunting her with evidence. It's only 9:30. The friends are already asleep, but both because they have to get up early tomorrow, and because of the time switch. I mean, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, it's only 9:30. Something. If you're used to time being different for like half the year, I guess. I think it's already later. Anyway.
I have returned with a snack. Because I want a snack.
Well, we proved to this woman that it could have been the dog.
This is... It's a secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison.
What? A secret passageway?
Yeah, that we found and you didn't. It was dug by one Mr. Rocco Carcerado, escapee. It leads from his prison cell. A certain holding cell in the detention center. Yes, the very one where the victim was being held. Oh, this is certainly a surprise to think that I was beneath our feet this entire time. Mr. Kane, as you knew of this tunnel, didn't you? Because it's the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder.
Overruled.
In the name of the goddess of justice, overruled. Mr. Edgeworth, you are out of line.
Hold it.
How so, Your Honor?
Overruled.
Evidence is everything. Why then a court of law at the scene of an investigation? Isn't that your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. For good night's autopsy report. This autopsy report? Ooh. What? I'm sorry. Hitting Edgeworth of all people with an autopsy report? Ooh. When did we get that? How do you not know you had it? The police handed it to me only a short while ago. Findings are still preliminary, but here's something of value to tell us nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. As of theft, stab wound to the throat, and the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. Yeah! It seems the victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. As such, the police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon. But its overall nature seems to be beyond question. It is a bladed metal instrument. In light of this evidence, do you truly wish to continue with your flight of fancy? Or will you now claim that the dog used a knife instead? But that's impossible. Now will be all. This court is adjourned.
Objection.
But the tunnel, the paw prints. What of them? Helmut is something of a wanderer. Perhaps he just happened across this tunnel one day. Although I couldn't say for certain. I myself cannot wander quite so freely. It might be quite a coincidence, but I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? Kinda wish she kicked us in the teeth a little earlier with that. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. Yeah! Feels familiar, no? And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. You are lead attorney for the defense, correct, Mr. Fender? This is the intern autopsy report in question. I do apologize for the delay. Yeah, no sweat. Thanks for hooking us up. Okay. Typo number 4. Interim. It's like, what the fuck is an interim? Yeah. This all checks out? Yep. Mr. Fender. A handshake isn't necessary when receiving official court documents, you know? So please feel free to let go of my hand. It's not a holy relic after all. We're just trying to be friendly, Your Honor. If you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel. Alright, I got it.
Nice work, Gavel. Just like we planned it.
I did only as you instructed, Eustace, but thank you. This report came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But the dog didn't kill Knight, and that takes Canis out of the running. The goddess of justice speaks to me, Miss Edgeworth, and she's merciful. She tells me that you might yet keep your badge if you will finally abandon this fruitless quest.
What's our move, sir? I think she really means it this time.
What do you think, Detective? My answer remains the same, Judge Gavel. I will see my duty done, and I will not be intimidated. Even with how things stand, you still refuse to concede. Why should I? This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread. Then let it fall if it must. I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client. The goddess of justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept yet another offer of mercy. Atta boy, Mouse, that's what I like to see. Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit to your old man, though. He's the one who said it first. My father. In fact, I could swear I saw Gregory's spirit in you for a second there. You said you've changed since your days in Fonkama's shadow. I didn't believe you at first, but I'm starting to. Thank you, Finn. Alright, kids. This is where the rubber really hits the road. Put your thinking caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true that Knight was off with a bladed weapon, does the whole case really fall apart?
The goddess of justice wants me to eat vanilla ice cream.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor? I need a weapon. Of course. There were 5 chisels in Canis' cell when we last looked. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with a tool like that. In which case, the weapon that killed Knight was... Have you quite finished? It would have been your first best interest to concede. Cracker cocker. Valid, very valid. Evidence is everything. It may well be my little catchphrase, but it's also true. So the murder weapon was a sharp blade. Then where is it? The guards didn't find it.
Why can't you let this go? So what if you didn't find it? What are you driving at?
What if I were to tell you that I now know what the real murder weapon was? And it was right under our noses the whole time, indeed. It was one of Mr. Canis' chisels.
What?
Overruled.
I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible half-baked theories, Mr. Atwood. You have repeatedly insisted that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell by a dog. I simply go where the evidence takes me, both in the courtroom and at the scene of the crime. If the murder weapon was in fact a chisel, then yes, the murderer could not have been the dog. But it begs the question of what exactly it was we saw in the security footage.
Oh yeah, the security footage. How do you explain that, Mr. Spotty Pants?
An excellent question. The footage shows me trying to snack while also reading out a game where I have to read everything. Mr. Canis' dog jumping up at Knight. The dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. Even if I was to take his battery, which is still working. Honestly, yeah. Like... Okay, so he wouldn't be... prosecutor anymore, but like... He's still well versed in anything law-related. He could definitely work as an assistant to a defense attorney again and make his way up there. It's not like he would be out of the court forever. And don't think she has enough power to throw him out of court forever just by taking his badge. He could finally follow in his father's footsteps. For real. I do wonder why they want him off of this case so badly anyway. No, Knight was merely knocked out. The dog didn't drag a corpse through the tunnel, he dragged an alive but unconscious Knight. The real killer was the dog's master.
Oh, I get it.
By bringing Knight here, Mr. Canis could finish the job.
And he could definitely use one of his chisels to do it.
Correct. You, bodied armor, bodied armor, Canis, you're the only one who could have done it.
Objection!
Objection! Hey, Mr. Ashworth, you ever get this on your report card? Refuses to listen, must learn to respect others.
Are you asking me or confessing to what's on yours?
We already searched Mr. Canis' cell from top to bottom, right, Gavel?
Yes, we even inspected his chisels, all 4 of them.
Four. 4 of them. Are you stupid?
There wasn't a single speck of blood.
Hold it!
I thank you, Yana. You've just confirmed my theory.
I have. What exactly do you mean?
Yeah, I feel like as an assistant, you can drag pretty much everyone you want with you into court as assistant. From what we've seen, for sure. The last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4.
Oh yeah, I remember counting them. Definitely 5.
And the ones that's missing is a small one. The one we thought might be a pocket chisel. Mr. Canis, where did you hide that chisel? A pocket chisel. And one used mine up for such a thing, hmm? I'm rarely allowed to leave myself. In which case, I shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. You've dug your own grave, Mr. Canis. You seem to have an idea what this missing chisel might be, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you enlighten us? For a man who can't leave his cell of his own volition, Canis could only have hidden the chisel here.
Take that!
Mr. Canis is still a prisoner despite the comfort he enjoys. He's rarely allowed out of his cell. He would have given the chisel to his dog to leave somewhere. That would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up. Intriguing. Do go on, Mr. Edgeworth. Furthermore, this room is the one place where a bladed instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels, who's counting? A fact he took full advantage of.
Ah, the old keep incriminating the evidence close routine. Classic.
Objection!
But I looked. I searched the whole cell myself, and there's just no way he could have hidden it.
Objection!
I'm certain that the murder weapon is here. And that the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner. Do enlighten us, Mr. Ashworth. What was my ingenious plan? In mouths, there must be a hiding spot he could make use of. Think about when you came here previously. What are you missing? The dog! He hasn't made a sound today. When we were here before, he barked and growled repeatedly. Candice even encouraged him to do so. Must be it. I knew something was off. I can hardly believe it, but I think I know where he hid the murder weapon. Giving up already. I expected more of you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
As well you should, if you would give me a moment. But this piece of evidence shows where you hid the murder weapon.
Take that!
Oh, the music didn't even have a chance to really get going, damn. Your dog. He seems unusually quiet today.
Oh yeah, like last time when...
Mr. Canis, if you would be so kind as to open Helmut's mouth. Oh, come now. He hasn't barked because he's a well-behaved boy. I had to order him to last time. Then order him again, this instant. It's not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Canis. Or do you have something to hide? If you insist. Come on, Helmut, open up. And there we have it. A chisel that small was easy enough for...
What? Chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog?
I thought he'd been strangely quiet. I guess his brain is finally caught up. Eustace. Would you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell them it's urgent.
Okay, okay.
The funniest thing to me about him being called Eustace is actually just the fact that the only other Eustace I know is the one in One Piece, and that's just a vastly different character type. It is a very valid question. Why is there a chisel in a dog? True. But you write that one differently, I think. I think the Granblue Eustace is written with a double S or something. No, wait, the one in... No. The one in One Piece is written with a double S. My bad. Eustace... Yeah. The one in One Piece is written with a double S. That's on me. So technically, I guess... There's only one other Eustace written in this exact way. I know.
Findings as follows. Traces of blood were detected on chisels.
What? Not such a half-baked theory after all, was it? Alright, so we're all on the same page here. This is our murder weapon, yeah?
Hi, Raiders. Good evening. I'm new like the color pink vision of his JRPGs. Currently playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. We're still on case 2, but we're getting closer to our murderer. Maybe, I think, hopefully, I'm trying.
Hi! The second game is very fun. Also very long. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Also, Pikachu for the Raiders, of course.
Pikachu. Pika Pika. Pikachu.
Going along and you're not complaining? No, it's very good. Oops. It's very good so far. And I'm assuming it's going to stay that way. Forensics evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to consider that this is most likely the case. Aha! Mr. Canis, in light of the discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself. I found the road your dog... The road? Why do I keep saying it like that? The road your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one? You never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why does he always laugh like that even when it's not funny?
Also, what happened to his head? Oh, Helmut, how could they suspect us, hmm? You leave me little choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. Like, he looks like a cracked egg. I did not kill anyone. I've grown tired of killing. Something's not right. Why is he so calm? Very well. The court will hear Mr. Canis' testimony. If you would be so kind. Good. God, I don't think even with me starting early, I don't think we're going to finish this case today. Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been. I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him, no connection whatsoever. No, I don't think that's true. Given that this is the case, why would I possibly wish him dead? Could it be that you're suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmut only bears his fangs when I tell him to. I'm not so bloodthirsty that I would kill a man I did not know. Unless you get paid for it.
I mean, when he puts it that way.
An assassin who only kills his acquaintances. Not the soundest business model, I agree. My work required me to deal with strangers, of course, but murder for its own sake, that's not my style. So I need to prove a link between Knight and Canis. I should go over the evidence again and see what I can discover.
Objection!
You're getting sloppy, Mr. Canis. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess, but some things still require a human touch. We found this in the victim's room. It's a record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board. What? The number of possible games has been calculated to be 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end.
Wait, so that's times 10, 120 times over, right? 100,000. I give up. I mean, what do you even call a number that big?
A vanishingly unlikely coincidence, that's what. No. Tell us why you killed Knight. Unless, that is, you would prefer to explain the coincidence. Well, they do say that truth is stranger than fiction. It is, as you say, a coincidence.
But that's totally impossible. We just proved that.
A coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondent was the victim, you see. And yet here we are. Helmut is as surprised as I am, aren't you, Helmut? Yes, yes. I suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth, boy. The other prisoners had all gone to the yard, you see. There was a show of some sort, I believe. Here I was, minding my own business, when in comes Helmut dragging a corpse of all things. I had quite a shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Of course, I was none too keen on becoming a suspect, so I had Helmut take the body to the workshop. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me, just as I had asked. The dog pulled out the murder weapon in the workshop. Indeed, he did. Removing it here would have made an awful mess after all.
You know something? That makes total sense. Remember when Mr. Sard said, Mr. Edgewood? A huge black dog.
Oh. That sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. Yeah, I remember. I see, so what Mr. Soward actually saw was Helmut removing the murder weapon then. Precisely. I can't say I wasn't a little disappointed that he was spotted, of course. Silly boy, it's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? And there you have it. That is about all there is to tell. I did not kill the man. At most, I'm responsible for the removal of the weapon. Oh, will that be all? Poor Helmut is growing restless.
Objection!
Oh! Sorry, but if you could entertain us for just a little longer, Mr. Canos.
Is that the first time we've heard his objection?
I'm not sure. Tender. No offense, Paleo, but I don't think you've quite told us everything. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you needed to pull the chisel out in the first place. That's right. It makes sense that he would move the body to avoid suspicion, but Canis had no reason at all to recover the murder weapon. So the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought. Please answer the question, Mr. Canis. It was because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel and the one around Helmut's neck. Have a very distinctive design, if you will. Of course, they were something of a trademark of yours, were they not?
I don't get it. How does that even work?
By the time McCain is the blind butcher, his appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear. It's certainly stylish. In a very grotesque way, I guess. Do you hear the death tolls ringing? La 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 la. You flatter me. Though it's been some years since you last saw one of them, you remember them well. Your knife and its attached spell were one of the pieces of evidence seized in our case against you. Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence. Just two. Two, and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved Helmut. Exquisitely crafted. Utterly unique.
It is, right? Like, okay, he's bold, sure, but why is his head so long?
My ears are my guide after all, and I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. When Hammer brought the body to my cell, I was rather surprised to hear a familiar sound. At first I was sure that my knife had been used to do the deed, but now, a chisel, an ordinary chisel. It's certainly no assassin's blade. Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compounding the matter is the fact that I am the only person in this prison permitted to use such tools. It was clear that I would become the prime suspect, and so the chisel had to be removed and hidden.
Hold it!
You still claim that all you did was have the dog move the body, that you had nothing to do with the killing. How could I? I told you, the chisel is not mine. You need not take my word, Mr. Ashworth. Why not have a check for fingerprints? Eustace. Huh? Me? But I don't know how to check for prints. Get forensics. Oh, right, sure thing. Wait. We got him. Fingerprints. They're Mr. Knight's. And Mr. Canis's? No, just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensic said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Only Knight's fingerprints. This isn't good. Should I get him to check again? Now do you see? I have never so much as touched a chisel. Hamlet carried it in his mouth, that is all. Therefore, any prints must belong to whoever had it last. So the murder weapon belonged to the victim. Ooh, that's not helpful. As I said, I have not touched a chisel. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise? Nothing to counter with. But what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Is he actually telling the truth? He can't be. I am sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth. You do not find a solution to your current predicament and quickly. I will have little choice but to relieve you of your badge. Even my patience has a limit, and I will not tolerate you throwing this investigation into chaos. Am I clear? Don't I know, sir? She's serious. I hate to admit it, but the fingerprints turn everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one. Wait, something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. What would Mr. Knight have needed a chisel for? You can do a lot with a chisel, child. Break out of prison for one. Alright, and how do you get it in here? There's no way the guards will let him bring a super sharp tool in with him. Right, Mr. Ashworth? Hey, proof to Mr. Ashworth? You can't stand there hemming and hawing just because of a little setback. The important thing is finding the truth, you know? Doesn't matter how we get there. As long as we save Simeon in the end. Can't give up now or ever. Yeah, what she said. I'll second down. You want me around with that, Kay? I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. Like I said, defense never rests. Or rather, like your pop said. What do you think lies at the heart of those words, Miles? Any guesses? Heart of those words? It's like this. As defense attorneys, our client's fate rests on our shoulders. We're the only ones they can turn to. Same as our client, we're the only ones who can save him. So we can't rest, not while he's counting on us. I'm not about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you? Not again. I'm an associate with the defense now. No, I'm an associate with my father's firm. That's the role I've chosen, and that means that if I fail to save my client, I've failed at my duties. I will honor my father's vision, and save Simeon sane. No matter what setbacks I face, I cannot admit defeat. If one path is blocked, I must simply find another. Oh, you know what I'm wondering about, actually? I don't want an answer, out of fear of spoilers, but... We've had cases before, with Phoenix, where in fact our client was, you know, not innocent. I am wondering if that's ever going to be the case with Edgeworth or no, because like... We've had cases before. I couldn't come up with the word innocent for a second there. Thank you for the idle time at the back. But on the other hand, I don't think it would work with Edgeworth because he doesn't really take on clients in the way that we do with Phoenix as a defense attorney. Because we don't actually go to court in this game. Not really. We just run around the scene and clear everything up at the scene still, so... Oh. No matter what setbacks I face, I cannot admit defeat. If one path is blocked, I must simply find another. There we go, that's the Miles Edgeworth I know. Now let's find that new path forward. We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought that chisel into the prison. Right, how would Knight have managed to bring a chisel in here? Well, as we found out earlier, there's empty space in this thing, so...
Take that!
Usually it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected.
Because of the security gates, right?
Correct, but we already know that checks at one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough of late. Namely the gate at the entrance to the detention center. Yep. And I took advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Sane bring him the chisel. And inside his pocket chest set. That does answer one of our questions. And it suggests that the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's and not Mr. Canis's. Yeah, alright. However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address. That of the security footage in which Knight is attacked by a dog. How does one explain it if Mr. Canis was not the culprit? But then how do you explain his prints not being on a murder weapon? This one's a real three-piper. Court 2 finds itself wanting for a satisfactory explanation.
Wait, sir. I think it might be time to show you another one of my secret weapons.
Introducing secret weapon number 4, Lil Weed. What sort of name is that, detective?
I came up with it myself, sir. Anyway, you can use it to analyze the video footage.
An excellent idea. Perhaps then you might finally see that I'm telling you the truth.
Capcom! I'll go to your fucking office
and beg that you have editors read over your script before you submit it to your games. This is not even text that is like not needed. This is text that everyone will see. Hello? Who knows if there's anything to be found, but it has to be worth a try. Alright, want me to talk you through how to use it, sir? Sure. Seeing as I'm not exactly familiar with video analysis techniques, perhaps I should hear more. Yeah. If you could run me through its functions, detective, that would be most appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Basically, you just gotta do what you always do. Examine anything that catches your eye. Okay, examine things. Accept series controls at the bottom of the screen. Thumbs on the left and right, and you run fast forward, and you can use the middle one to pause. Use those and you pause. That's why I'm to right and press A to pause. Okay. Anyways, pause, you can go to previous frame and I'll be in next frame without me. Just use the same frame. Okay. Sorry, press. By the way, you may use any of this to examine search. Very happy. I think you can do it as a player footage search. Okay. About sums it up. Let's try a little V up for real. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine. Pretty sure Knight's holding so. Other than the victim being attacked by a dog, I can't see what else it might show us. I suppose we're wrong. What could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Knight? And if so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? Should keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage. You never know what you're gonna see once you start looking at things up close.
Check every detail, sir. If you find something, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just standing in front of the Capcom US office. Alright, hold on. How do I pause? Oh, you can actually just go frame by frame. That's crazy. And how do I... What is that? So low. This is where we have been a critical error of judgment. What are we looking at here is no dog. This animal is a bear. It's not a dog, it's a bear. What the paw prints on the photo I took? Well, not canine, but Ursa. Oh. A bear. So could that mean... Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a pet? Oh. And he had a mud pack on. That's why he was dark. His fur was... Oh, and they went through the tunnel. If we're mistaken about the creature in the footage, it's not inconceivable that we are mistaken about the person in the footage too. Maybe there's something in there that could prove it, sir. Something that shows it wasn't night. You're right, we can't see the person's face, which means the direct identification's out of the question. Perhaps there's something that can tell us who they are indirectly. Indirectly, like the mirror. Yes, it's certainly worth a look.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for the pets.
Oh.
Thank you for the pigtails. Ah, damn it.
At which point am I allowed to look at? Come on, my guy. Must be seeing things. What? Oh, come on. What do you mean something else in the footage? Is this not clearly a guard uniform? Oh my god, are you fucking real? Yeah, now he's no longer in the frame. There we go. I think it's reflected in the mirror here too. Is that a hat? Doesn't it look like the hats the gods wear, sir? Geez, though, I think it is. Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a god recently? Not that I've heard of. So this may not be a guard at all, but somebody dressed as one. Perhaps this might shed a little light on the matter of the hat. Yeah. The stone, where's the stone uniform?
Take that!
Or the missing one, I guess. So no guards have reported being attacked by an animal as far as we know. But we did hear about a guard's spare uniform being stolen. The person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard. Someone attempting to escape without being noticed. Guard disguise. I guess it might work. Wait, are we just talking about someone? We weren't, eh? Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. We had assumed that it was night in the security footage. Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory. Perhaps, but now that we know about the hole under the bed, it is no longer the only possibility. Direct access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on camera. And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be? The person in the security footage is... OSK. I believe I know who our guard in disguise is. It is not Adelan Rocco Casarato, the prisoner who recently escaped from this facility. I'm confidence him because he was assigned a polar bear cub as his companion.
But the bear in the video is all black.
Indeed, and we have evidence that explains why. The evidence that explains the polar bear's dark fur is...
Take that!
Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank Zoid's testimony.
Yup.
Much for one of the pet treatments, yeah. Around 9 AM. While the circus performance was underway, he was giving one of the animals a mud pack treatment.
And that animal could have been...
Indeed, our poor mother. Mr. Ashworth, your latest assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction. The footage from the security camera... I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Zoid mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway, and this does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage.
It does?
Yes, let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay?
If it was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment, it should have been around 9 AM.
In which case, something isn't right about the footage.
Really? And what's that?
Have you looked at the actual time frame?
Take that!
Mr. Zoid said he administered the treatment at around 9 AM. In which case, the security footage should also show a time of around 9. However, the timestamp says 6:42. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the yard to watch the circus. All except 3, Mr. Canis, who remained in a cell in maximum security, Mr. Zoid, who was administering a mud pack treatment in the workshop, and Rocco Carsardo, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action. I believe he entrusted the bear to Mr. Zoid before entering the tunnel. And the bear then slipped out of Mr. Zoid's grasp to run after its human. Mr. Zoid would have then left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Canis stop retrieving the murder weapon from the knight's body. It all fits perfectly except for the security footage, which should have been recorded from around 9 AM. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off.
But why would the timestamp be wrong?
Detective, I would like you to have the security camera examined right away, please.
I'm back, sir. Just talk to the guards and... Seems like the time codes can slip on these cameras if they lose power.
What?
They're pretty old, sir. Yes, the clock stops when the power's off.
Which would mean the power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point. Uh-oh.
That's not all, sir. You remember how Nighty Knight's stealing their keys? No one believed him, considering, you know, he's kind of like the only suspect. Turns out that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy.
Which may not necessarily have been a lie. Darlings, there you all are. Oh my god, it was getting more... Ooh, it's a good thing this cell here is so big. I'll ghost the investigation. Is there anything I can do to help things along? Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Warden Lagarde. The escapee, Mr. Casarato, I believe he may still be on the premises. He's disguised as a guard. Here's the proof, should you need it. We're reasonably certain that the person captured on this tape is our man. And if I'm correct, he might even be right here in this room with us now.
Hey, Mr. Casarato would have been wearing a bracelet, right?
Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden under the sleeves of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, those out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So if he avoided doors with sensors, he would simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape. Well, yes, I suppose he could. He'd just have to avoid the workshops and the cells and... Oh my... One of you, isn't he? He's here right now.
Look, it's Teddy. Hey, Paws off! Get your mitts off of me, a big palooka!
Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions.
Dang it, Kit. If it wasn't for you, I'd...
What a thing it is to be loved, huh, Mr. Casarato? I'm almost envious.
Guts, apprehend this man.
A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we are to learn the truth, I will need to speak with him. With your permission, of course.
I can't hardly say no now, can I? Come on then, hit me with your best shot.
Mr. Casarato's escape route led directly into Knight's cell, so it's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me what you were doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered.
And I would have escaped if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
So it was you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel.
You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing? I had me a guard's uniform, a whole dog, and a plan in place, so I went for it on the day you found the guy. Then this little guy just had to come right after me. Suckerfoot was covered in mud too, had to go back to our cell. Nah, would have gotten away with it if somebody hadn't off Knight and brought you bums down here.
You claimed to have dug the tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it?
How? Just everything I could get my hands on, see? Hammers, spoons, you name it. Spent every dime I had in this cockamamie fixer. What do I got to show for it now, huh?
Do not be disheartened, friends. Tomorrow is another day. There's an outside chance Mr. Casarato and Knight met face to face just before Knight's death. I should see what other details I can extract from him.
Alright.
Hold it!
The uniform wasn't from the fixer too.
Uh-huh, sure was. Heard he had something on one of the guards. The guy swiped it from a pallet locker.
And were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel?
Nope. Would have got dirt on it. Had to hold on to it till I got to the holding cell. Once I was out of there and all dressed up, opening the cell, there should have been a piece of cake. Here we go, our things. Freedom packets. And the football he jumps at me.
Which would be the moment captured on camera. See, I'd be grateful if you could add that to your testimony. I'm assuming... Yes, we have. You claim that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? Because we can make it a problem if you catch my drift.
Even once you had reached the night, even once you had reached Knight's cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly did you plan on opening it? Mr. Casarato, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake, only because you had the key.
I don't got no stinking key. I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open. I walked right out.
Objection!
Yes, I suppose Knight's cell was vacant by that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it for myself. So perhaps when you finally succeeded today, it surely was unlocked because it was after the murder. But you had attempted to escape previously.
Yeah, the security footage shows when you tried and failed because Teddy caught you.
Hi, Zen. What case are you on right now?
Good afternoon.
We're just doing the circus performance before the body was discovered. 3.
Ooh. You're overdue. Okay. Have a good night now.
Not that ahead.
Gotta stay on your toes. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up. Ha ha ha.
The holding cell was still locked at the time because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have had the key to his cell on you. Without it, your escape would not have been possible. Are you saying? Could you really have? I believe he could, yes. The theft of the keys was, in fact, perpetrated by none other than Mr. Casarato. He's the one who attacked the guard. You want that polar bear? Seems to be a guy who gets very easily attached, yeah. But not just the guard, Knight too. All to gain possession of the guard's keys.
It wasn't me, a lousy bum. I didn't even notice Knight got.
Objection!
After you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. And then you waited for the perfect moment to escape. A moment when the prison would be almost deserted. That's right, the moment of the show, just before the discovery of the body. And luckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend.
Is it true, huh? You can prove genius. This ain't your win yet, nuh-uh.
Knight knocked the guard out for the count, everybody knows it.
Objection!
Don't play games with me, Knight was as much a victim as the guard in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell. We have blood on the
Take
floor.
that!
We found traces of Knight's blood on the cleanly wiped floor of his cell. What could possibly explain such a thing other than him having been attacked? And it was you who attacked him. You ambushed both of them and stole the keys.
Ooh. Well, what's with you, huh? Newspaper wiped the blood up good. Ain't no way you should have found it.
Okay, but why do you think you had to wipe it up anyway?
To check Knight in the guard's hands, I would have seen that those two never came to blows. The blow would give up the whole game. Ain't no way they don't figure out there was a third man in the ring. Plus, once they started sniffing around on the floor, they found the tunnel and the heartbeat.
So you wiped up the blood to buy yourself a little more time, so you could wait for a better opportunity. Sadly, the opportunity you sought wasn't good enough to get you clear off the prison, it seems. Now, hand over the keys.
Right in the kisser.
Ooh! Aww! Damn, he's going down.
You bad lousy stinking bum.
Fine, you want keys? Here, hope you choke on them. Oh, that was attacked the day before the murderous keys were stolen. They were found in Carsarado's possession.
Overruled!
Wait a moment. If Mr. Carsarado here had the keys. Indeed, Your Honor. Your theory relies on Knight having used the keys he allegedly stole to escape his cell. That was the only way he would have been able to enter Mr. Saint's cage and be moved to the workshop. Unfortunately for you, we now know that the theory cannot possibly be true. Guess this changes things up a bit, yeah? Now the only person who could have moved Knight's body is the one person who knew about the tunnel.
No, you can't be freaking. Mr. Carsarado, you're under arrest. Come quietly now, pal.
But you got the wrong guy, I didn't do nothing.
They're fine. I knocked those two chumps out and I stole the keys. After that, I went right back to my cell and waited for my moment. Next time I went to Knight's cell, there was nobody around. I mean, nobody.
Plus, his body was found in the workshop. You think I just magicked my way in there or something?
Couldn't even have gotten out of my cell.
Indeed, you only had the key to Knight's cell. You couldn't have left your own cell back in the prison. But Mr. Canis' doc could. What? It was not you but Helmut who moved the body from your cell to the workshop. I get it now. You're saying you wasn't the only con in this conspiracy. Indeed. One can easily imagine that Mr. Carsarado and Mr. Canis might have worked together. Mr. Carsarado could have killed Knight and dragged him back to his cell.
And then Mr. Canis' dog took him from there to the workshop.
There are no restrictions on the animal's movements within the prison. Movement between the detention center and the prison proper, however, is tightly controlled. There was only one possible route, and only you could have taken advantage of it, Mr. Carsarado.
How could you be so sure, huh? Maybe there's more of them, you just don't know.
Something tells me that digging even a single tunnel was arduous enough.
Cut alright. You try scraping more than one hole in the dirt with a spoon.
Lucky for me, I didn't have to dig the whole way. Somebody already did a bunch of the work for me. Oh. Nani? What? You didn't dig the entire tunnel yourself? Nah, found it when they put me in that cell. Ran all the way from there to the well in the yard already. Even looked down the well to check it from there. It's the same tunnel, alright. I should make good on what somebody else already started. That's good information to have. Then what was the original tunnel for? Who knows? You're the one with all the answers, pal. Maybe somebody else tried to break out.
Well, maybe the animals dug it. Like, to get water from the well or something.
I've heard of more plausible scenarios than that in B-grade movies, Kay. Well, it's right, kid. Ain't no water to be had down there. Though, come to think of it. The smell. Yeah. Oh, it smell kinda nice down there. Nice. Gee, I don't know, it smells sort of like dessert, I guess? Sweet scent. That sounds very familiar. Where have we come across a sweet scent before?
Take that!
Detective Gumshoe noticed a sweet smell when we were examining Knight's body. With the help of a police dog, we followed the scent of the body and traced its route back to the prison. And that, Mr. Carcerado, was how we found your tunnel. Could that same sweet scent be what he noticed coming from the well? Very clever, Mr. Edgeworth. You mean to suggest that this is evidence of the body having been moved through the tunnel? I do. Furthermore, Mr. Carcerado, you're the only person who could have done it. Nobody else had access. You have our thanks, Mr. Carcerado, truly. Finally the truth comes into view. Now unburden yourself, it is time. Confess your role in this tragic incident. What? You ain't pinning this on me? I'm glad to see that we're finally in agreement, Your Honor. Oh, if only we were, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Carcerado may have been our accomplice, but not of Mr. Canis. No, he was working with Mr. Knight.
Hold it!
What do you mean? I do not believe that he moved Mr. Knight's body. Instead, I believe that he lent Mr. Knight the use of the keys he stole.
You gotta be kidding me.
Granted, it seems likely that he attacked Mr. Knight, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Knight was knocked unconscious as a result. What if he wasn't? What if he and Mr. Carcerado had reached a certain agreement? What kind of agreement, exactly? Mr. Knight was plotting an escape for which he required a means of leaving his cell. And here was that precise means in the form of the keys Mr. Carcerado had just stolen from the guard. Mr. Carcerado himself would need to pass through Mr. Knight's cell in order to effect his own escape. Mr. Knight needed only to shout and alert the guards, and Mr. Carcerado's plans would be ruined. And so, the two struck a deal. Lady, the only striking I do is with my fists. My, still, you deny? So, we're agreeing that we still disagree? Mr. Knight and Mr. Carcerado unlocked his cell so that when Mr. Saint arrived, he could escape into the cage.
That doesn't even make any— What is she talking about?
Like, I'll give her that, she has an interesting imagination, but girl, what? Mr. Saint was then able to move him into the prison proper just as planned.
And then he took Mr. Knight into the workshop and did the dirty deed.
Objection!
We're neither of you listening. The scent of Knight's body proves that it was taken through the tunnel. It was moved from his cell to the... Perhaps if you would let me finish, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not denying that Mr. Knight's body was moved through the tunnel. Then what are you driving at?
Is this a trick question?
As you say, Mr. Edgeworth, the sweet scent shows the route the body took. However, it did not enter the tunnel from Mr. Knight's cell.
Huh? But how did it get down there?
There's another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could the body not have entered the tunnel from there?
The well in the yard. Oh yeah, that thing.
Mr. Saint did not take the cage to the workshop, he took it outside. There he killed Mr. Knight and threw his body down the well. The yard, which you can see from pretty much every window in the detention center, which is out there in the open, where if you killed someone and they made some kind of noise, it would have traveled everywhere.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. For sure, especially because the door to the yard is always open, as we've already found out, because it was closed for the first half of this entire chapter.
Why would you go through all of this trouble? Mr. Canis stalked and dragged Mr. Knight's body here to his owner's cell from the bottom of the well. On that note, I would ask you to recall something. What was happening in the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery?
Circus show, right? Regina and Simeon were performing for everyone. Wait, Simeon?
Ah, indeed. And so you see, it must also have been him who disposed of the body. Judge Gavel is a truly formidable opponent. Yeah, when it comes to outrageous theories that I'm not going to entertain. She so effortlessly adjusted her theory to fit the facts. I proposed that Miss and I was taken to the yard, not the workshop. And as we have established, Mr. Singh was off stage for 15 minutes. Ample time to throw the body down the well, I'm sure you will agree.
Objection!
Your deduction is impressive, Your Honor. However, even supposing that Knight's body was indeed thrown down the well, you cannot conclusively say that it was during the show. It could have happened at a different time. Also, if he had been thrown down the well, I think his body would show a few different signs of having been hurt. She's a judge. She doesn't have to present evidence. Usually she's only the one looking at evidence and going, oh no, I can't accept this, obviously. What is she? I don't like her.
Overruled.
My sympathies, Mr. Ashworth, but it simply could not have. What? Mr. Casarado was using the tunnel at around the time the show began. Mr. Casarato, do you happen to trip over a corpse while you were down there? No. Place was clean. If the body had been at the bottom of the well before the show began, Mr. Casarato would have seen it. However, he saw no such thing. This is so stupid. No, I'm sorry. This is... which makes it somewhat difficult to support your theory. Furthermore, Mr. Knight's body was discovered in the workshop after the show. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Singh?
What do we do, Mr. Ashworth?
If the body did indeed enter the tunnel from the well, things don't look good for Mr. Singh. Still, Your Honor, your theory is still just that, a theory. And I posited you lack the evidence to back it up. Yeah? I'd say that, for the moment, I do not. May I suggest that we investigate the yard again? Very well. Haha. Let's investigate the yard. Very well. Well. May the goddess of justice go with you. Now then, to the yard. Perhaps we can finally put this case to rest. Oh. What's that sound?
Yikes. Is there a fire?
Did somebody else escape? Should we maybe skip town too? Darlings, please, there's nothing to be alarmed about. By which I mean that's not an alarm, it's a dinner bell. Although I suppose it's rather alarming if you aren't used to it. Certainly scared the heck out of me. I'm so sorry, sweet pea, I hope you can forgive us. Alright, you two, back to your post, chop chop. I forgot she was there for a second, not gonna lie. And as for you, Rocco Casarato, it's time you went back to your room. I get the picture. Come on, Teddy. We're out of here. Warren Lagarde, we'd like to take one more look around the yard now. But darlings, don't you have homes of your own to go to? Visiting hours are over, I'm afraid. Tomorrow, huh? No, it's imperative that we investigate it right away. I think we've had quite enough excitement for one day, don't you? Murderers, escapees, so eventful. Girl, this is a prison. Stomach guess went home to Betty Bice, isn't it? Yes, it is. Come on now, darling. Don't make me bore you with all that. I'm the warden. This is an order, nonsense. Warden Lagarde is right. Our word is law here, and we must respect her wishes. Mr. Ashworth, your investigation of the yard will have to wait until tomorrow. May keep your badge for now. The matter of your standing can wait. I bid you all good day. What are you waiting for, Kittykins? Off you go. Fine. At least there is a tomorrow for me. Hitchcavell believes the knight's body was dropped down the well, and then taken through Mr. Carserado's cell to the workshop. Is that truly the case? Do the facts really support her theory? She also seems to believe Mr. Saint had to be the one to move the body. But was he really the only one with the opportunity to do so?
Come on, Miss Ashworth, tomorrow's another day. We'll figure out a way to save Simeon. I know we will.
Yes, we will. I will prove that Mr. Saint is innocent beyond a shadow of a doubt. Hey, okay, you know what, actually?
Isn't that perfect?
Her shape is very fun, yeah. Character design definitely goes crazy in this one. Something, I wish they would let you go to the main screen from that specific saving screen. And I also wish that the game wouldn't almost die when I try to open the menu. Jesus! What was that about? Back to title. Yes, I would like to save again. Sure, why not? What's going on? Hello? Okay. That was weird. Okay. We didn't quite get done with this one. But we'll definitely finish it next time. They are long. The cases are long. Flo warned me about this. This game is really, really long. So I think I'll have to live with the fact that I won't be able to get through them in just 2 streams, probably. I wonder how long the last one is going to be. I'm assuming 4 streams. Like at this point, with the way we're going, we're on case 2.
Thank you for coming. No, thank you guys for coming. Thank you.
I'll post a schedule in a bit, but we'll continue this game next week for sure. Also, a little more of the same. I do have something different planned for Tuesday than I usually do, though. That's fun. Wait, also while we're here, I'd like to once again say that I currently have a giveaway going for a Steam Key for Saint Maker, which is a game we played quite a while ago. But just in time for Halloween, if anyone would like to take a part in that. So, yeah. We'll check out more of this game next week. We'll hopefully finish Boyfriend Dungeon. Also some more Octopath. I'm trying. I want to finish it. I want to manage to get through to Octopath this year. I still have a long way to go. But that's gonna be it for tonight. Schedule is gonna stay at the same time for me as it has always been. But it might be a little different depending on the time zone you're in, because we just had a switch to winter time. Now we're on what? Central European time, I think? I never know. I hate time zones. But yeah, have a good night. Before I thank you guys so much for coming, I'm gonna send you guys over to Sagi, who is doing a charity stream with Gamers Outreach for Halloween times. Just say GMT plus 1. Yeah. Yeah, let me set up a raid to Sagi. And with that, I wish you all a very, very good night. I'll see you all soon. Good night. And I haven't actually turned on my own music yet. Never mind. Hold on. There we go. Now, good night.
Bye bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Wow, oh, my computer is dying. That's what's happening. Jesus. Bye, bye.